Kobe and Shaq, Shaq and Kobe, the deadliest 1-2 punch who destroyed the NBA during their times as champions. It's also been exactly 20 years since the two were last teammates, most notable in today's social media as the dynamic meme whenever two players dominates at the same time. As great as some recent duels have been, the Dwayne Wade's and LeBron's of the world's, Kevin Durant and Steph Curry's, Jokic and Jamal Murray's, none were better than when Kobe and Shaq both at the height of their absolute powers. Bryant being one of the most controversial all-time greats we've seen, the haters still want people to believe he was carried by O'Neal. The old narrative still going on, trying to discredit Kobe's 5 championships. Fuck out of here to those haters. Prime O'Neal was absolutely the best player in the game during their three-peat run, nobody denying that, but to act like it was all Shaq leading the Lakers by himself and he didn't need Kobe's help, absolutely false. Given the heavily stacked, way more talented Western Conference, O'Neal had the favorable matchups in the finals, destroying all 3 East teams in humiliating fashion, undoubtedly earning all 3 finals MVPs, but getting to the finals wasn't as easy in certain series against high-level teams with elite big men. 7-footers like Arvydas Sabonis, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, and Yao Ming gave O'Neal plenty of trouble. So let's end this dumb narrative once and for all that Shaq carried Kobe when there were actually times a young Kobe Bryant actually carried Shaq and the Lakers in pivotal moments. If you just look at the box scores, of course O'Neal had the better numbers, but looking at stats on the internet doesn't do justice when there's footage and archived games to show. Before Kobe became a true superstar in the 99-2000 season, his 4th year in the league as a 21-year-old, that was also Shaq's 4th season with the Lakers. Labeled as the future of the NBA after Jordan, the Big Diesel had plenty of massive playoff disappointments. 7 previous seasons before his first title with young Kobe could have done things his way but came up short, including getting swept by Hakeem in the 95 finals, falling to the eventual Western Conference champs Karl Malone's Jazz twice, then followed by Duncan's 99 Spurs. Feeling the pressure, franchise hired 6-time champion as head coach with the Chicago Bulls. Phil Jackson, with all the credentials, held his superstars accountable, added vets in Brian Shaw, Ron Harper, AC Green, Glenn Rice, and John Sally, traded away Eddie Jones the previous year. Jackson had realistic goals for O'Neal to win MVP, Finals MVP, and a championship. Team won 67 games, while Kobe missed the first month of the season under Phil with a broken hand when returning to the lineup. LA won 20 of 21 games. Then start of February, Lakers won 19 straight. Kobe's numbers of 23, nearly 6-6. Over a block, high efficiency, O'Neal right around his regular season averages. The 21-year-old also became the youngest player to make defensive first team. Game 2 of the semis, O'Neal dominated Phoenix with 38, 20, and 5 blocks, but just went 6 of 14 from the line, including 2 missed free throws with 2:18 left in the game. Down 1, the ball in Kobe Bryant's hands drained his first ever playoff game winner, double clutch jumper over Jason Kidd. Despite finishing with just 15 points, Shaq clearly needed a closer, and Kobe delivered. Aside from the lopsided finals numbers, the Western Conference did a better job limiting Shaq's dominance, contained him to lower efficiency than his regular season numbers. Kobe on the other hand did his part. Anything less would have resulted in the 3-1 blown lead to the Blazers. The third game, Kobe had a game-saving block on Sabonis, led to a 93-91 win, giving Shaq his first ever conference finals road win. The possession that gave the Lakers the lead in Kobe's hands drawing the attention of the defense, leading to a Ron Harper open jumper with half a minute left. The Blazers defense held O'Neal to 17 points, 7 of 17 Game 6. Kobe had 33 in the loss, leading to a decisive Game 7 where Shaq was limited by Arvydas, Brian Grant, and Rasheed Wallace, hounding him to just 18 points, 5 of 9 from the field, being in foul trouble in the most important game of his life. Lakers down 15 heading to the 4th, Staples Center dead silence before the 21-year-old took over, igniting the comeback, banking in the jumper, leading the Lakers with 25 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 blocks, emphatically rejecting Bonzi Wells. drained the jumper over Scottie Pippen, 3 straight possessions in crunch time, aggressively attacked down the stretch, drawing and hitting free throws, hit another J over Scottie, followed by the iconic alley-oop heard around the world, wrapping up the finishing touches.
Portland has 3 timeouts left, the Lakers have 2. Bryant to Shaq!
In the most competitive series of the playoffs, this matchup basically decided the NBA champion. Both far superior to any East teams, a game that pretty much saved Shaq's legacy. Could you imagine the backlash had 28-year-old O'Neal in his prime lost this game? Kobe not only outscored but out-rebounded and out-blocked the Diesel this game, en route to his first title, which wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the greatness of Kobe. The haters be posting the difference of numbers in this final series, but failed to mention Game 2, Jalen Rose purposely tried to injure Kobe's ankles only 9 minutes into the game, forcing him to miss the remainder of Game 2, didn't suit up Game 3, Indiana doing every dirty tricks possible. Rose even admits he did it purposely. But in the close Game 4, Shaq continued to dominate, had 36 and 21 until fouling out in overtime. A banged up Kobe on the hobble ankle played 47 of 53 minutes, netted 28 big points, including 3 key baskets, took over down the stretch, propelling his team to a 120-118 win. Had the Lakers lose Game 4, the next game would have been in Indiana. Game 5 resulted in the Lakers getting blown out badly. Imagine LA being down 3-2 in the finals going back home had Kobe not come through in overtime. A huge momentum swing thanks to the 21-year-old's greatness, in the words of Shaq.
Kobe looked at me and he didn't have a worry in the world. He said, "I got you, big fella, and I'm gonna take over."
This was the game everyone recognized Kobe's Mamba mentality on full display. Pacers fans celebrated after the whistle, with Shaq sent to the bench.
The loose ball foul on Shaq, that'll be number 6. What a big play! That's it.
But the calm and collective 21-year-old netted 8 points in OT, proved his greatness. Leading to the 2001 season, Kobe's scoring average nearly identical with Shaq's. Talk about getting carried. All 4 playoff opponents won at least 50 games. Lakers went 15-1, capturing their second title in dominating fashion, undefeated in regulation. Semifinals 55-win Kings. Shaq did his damage in the City of Angels, 44 and 43 first 2 games. But on the road, it was Kobe the assassin. O'Neal with a casual 21, Mr. Bryant poured in 36, being a plus 28, hit 16 of 19 foul shots, an easy 22-point win. Game 4 series closer, Mr. Bryant having one of the single greatest 22-year-old performances all time, as Shaq netted in 25 and 10. The Laker kid put up 48, including an insane dunk on the face of his former trade mate Vlade Divac. Also grabbed the career postseason best 16 rebounds, outscoring the duo of Webber and Stojakovic by himself. Lakers actually down-headed to the 4th, KB with 15 the final period. The duo basically took turns destroying Sacramento. Just 8 days later, Kobe once again played some of the greatest basketball by any player. A monster 45-point, 10-rebound masterpiece on the very best defense. San Antonio on the road humiliated Antonio Daniels and Terry Porter, shredded the defense of Duncan and Robinson to pieces, put the lockdown D on full display, having the insane putback dunk off his own miss. Doesn't get any better than that. O'Neal was excellent with 28 and 11, but Kobe simply on another level. In the conversation for 2 of the greatest back-to-back road playoff games the league has ever seen. The cool afro, polished post-up, spin moves, fearless approach, there was no denying Kobe was right up there with the league's best. Winning the first game on the road against the best regular season team, already a massive win. But if you have 2 of the best clicking on all cylinders, why not go for another win? Which was what Kobe Bryant did. Shaq had 19 and 14 Game 2, but struggled going 8 of 21. But Kobe with a calm 28, 7 and 6 late game execution. Kobe got the ball into Shaq for the and 1, 82-78, drained the dagger bomb. Even had his teammate he was supposedly carried by said this about the 22-year-old prodigy.
Kobe, Rob, D-Fish, it made me look good. And it's good to play with the best player in the world on your team because it makes stuff a lot easier.
The following game at home, both Bryant and O'Neal ran San Antonio out the gym. almost outscoring the Spurs by themselves over the last 6 games. Before the 0-1 finals, Kobe averaged over 36, 8.5 rebounds, 6 assists, top-notch display on both ends, polished skills combined with youth athleticism, an unstoppable combination, leading to Shaq totally dominating the 0-1 finals on an Oda Mutombo, Kobe's impeccable defense on Allen Iverson, being the best two-way player for his team the entire 15-1 playoff run. Bryant's numbers were more than good enough, being a first option on other championship teams. 2002 postseason, O'Neal averaged 2 more points, but struggled mightily against MVP Duncan Spurs, didn't score above 23 points any of the 5 games, 21.4 point average, shot poorer than Kobe. While Bryant averaged 5 more points, down 8 fourth quarter of Game 4, guess who took over down the stretch? Of course, the 23-year-old outscored San Antonio the final 12 minutes by himself. O'Neal held to 0 of 3 shooting in the 4th, Lakers down 10 with under 7 minutes to go. Kobe drained the 3, cut it to 2, following Lakers possession, nailing another clutch jumper to tie things up. Final 10 seconds, Fisher missed the shot, but guess who skied for the rebound? None other than number 8, cleaning up the mess. Over 7-1 Robinson, the game-winning lay-in. Not to mention, Kobe dropped 31 the previous game in the 10-point win. Shaq only had 22. After the game winner closed out Game 5, Bryant had 10 of his 26 in the 4th, tied at 81, under 3 minutes. Kobe with the spinning teardrop over defensive second teamer Bruce Bowen. Of course, next Laker possession, ball in Kobe's hands, a bucket. And to seal the deal, delivered this time to big shot Rob for the dagger. The Sacramento series both worked as a unit. O'Neal had the better numbers, a 35-piece Game 7, but Kobe with an excellent 30, 10, and 7. Punched their ticket to their 3rd straight finals, a favorable matchup for Prime Diesel against the helpless Todd McCulloch, posting incredible numbers of over 36 and 12, but Kobe on the other hand performed excellent himself, overshadowed by his dominant teammate. His numbers would have been great enough to win finals MVPs in other years. Shot 63% in the 4th quarters, despite a sweep. 3 of these 4 games were decided by 6 points or less, double-digit 4th quarter scoring, last 2 on the road, including this tough shot, getting hounded by both Kittles and Kidd, put his Lakers up 4, took a commanding 3-0 lead. The final game of the season, Nets had the lead until Kobe drained the 3, having the Mamba look in his eye. New Jersey never led again, closing out the series with an array of jumpers or finishing at the rim. The offense ran through Shaq mostly, but Kobe put on the finishing touches, also holding MVP runner-up Jason Kidd to 0 4th quarter points that Game 4. Unfortunately, both couldn't see eye to eye. Shaq came to the following season out of shape, elected to get surgery in company time, leading to the Lakers getting fatigued for the 0-3 postseason. In both 2003 and 2004 playoffs, 6 total series played, Kobe outscored Shaq in 5 of those, besides the awful performance from the 2004 finals, when the two at the breaking point of their hatred. But before losing to Detroit, it was Kobe doing his best work in the Western Conference. Game 2 first round Houston, 36 points, Shaq only had 7, including this ridiculous acrobatic no-look. The 4th game on the road needed overtime. That's when Kobe sealed the deal, a steal with the running banker. Lakers were down 4 moments before, found themselves up 1. Thanks to Kobe again, Houston decided not to double him for the first time of the game, leading to an and-1, took a commanding 3-1 series lead. To close out, Kobe had 31, Shaq 12 points. Then following round against San Antonio, everybody knew if the Lakers were to win the series, of course, Kobe would work his magic, score 15 of his 42 points Game 4 for a come-from-behind win, and of course, after the Derek Fisher shot, Kobe dropped 12 of his 26 the final period of Game 6, knocking off the defending champs, proving time and time again In the tougher series against Prime Duncan, Shaq underperformed, and Kobe absolutely fully dominated at the highest superstar level imaginable. No teams in the weaker East had any shot competing with those Lakers, especially with Prime Shaq toying with them. It didn't matter if vintage Shaq had a young Jordan, young LeBron, or a young Magic Johnson. No other superstar would have had any shot winning Finals MVP, playing alongside dominant Shaquille O'Neal with his finals numbers. So much for all the fake carry narratives. After when Kobe tore his Achilles, nobody carried Kobe but Kobe himself. Regardless of the opinions, there's no denying Shaq was clearly the better player for those 3 championships, but Kobe's greatness deserves just as much credit, especially in the most crucial moments in tight games. What was your favorite Kobe Bryant moment from the early 2000s? Drop a comment below, and I'll see y'all next time.